Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So of course I'm bringing out another story time because I'm full of freaking stories. I can write a book on how many stories that I can make videos about. But I'm not gonna do it because making videos is more interesting. So here's another story time video. So after I made my story time video, if you haven't watched it about the time I was almost kidnapped, you need to click off this and go watch that first and then come back and watch this video. So I told you guys I would do a whole separate video on the towing incident from my previous story time I did. So this is about the time that we got our car towed while we were in LA for my birthday. Me and my boyfriend had just finished the TMZ tour, and I don't know what part of LA or Hollywood or whatever that is in, but so after we got done with the TMZ tour, we were just driving around, and so we were trying to go to one of the shops over there. So we went to the shop and we couldn't find like a parking spot for the shop that we were trying to go in. Like we couldn't find a parking spot over there. You know, like how stores have like their own parking spaces. It's like their place didn't have its own parking, and it was in a plaza where a bunch of other stores were. So we pretty much just like parked at the plaza. We didn't see any signs or anything like that saying we couldn't park there, and there were a lot of cars over there, so we just parked. So when we first pulled up to the lot, we saw a tow truck, but it was just sitting there, you know. And so I thought none of it. I was like, oh, a tow truck. Okay. So we parked our rental, and then we walked into the shop or whatever. This was around 8 something. So it was 8 o'clock at night. It was still pretty early. So I kid you not, y'all, we were in that shop 7 minutes at the most, maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, definitely no more than 10. I don't even think it was a full 10 minutes. I'm gonna say 10 to be safe though. I'm gonna say we were in there 10 minutes at the most. So when we come out from the shop, we realized that our rental car is gone, and we had parked it right in front of the laundromat that was on the other side of the shop that we went into. And so I was just like, dang, like who stole our rental? We was only in there like 10 minutes at the most. Why is our car missing? And so then I noticed that the tow truck that was also sitting out there wasn't out there no more. Like the tow truck was gone and our little Kia Soul was gone. So we walked all the way over to the exact spot where the car was parked, and we was confused. I was asking random people like, did you see what happened to this car? Did you see what happened to this car? Because it just happened so quick. And so across from where we parked, there was a guy in a truck, the guy from the other story, my other story time, the same guy. He showed us on his phone that he recorded them towing the car, and he was like, yeah, the guy waited until y'all hit the corner and he instantly towed the car. And I'm just like, wow, like that's really effed up. Like he waited until we were out of sight to just tow the car. And so I was pissed because for one, it was my birthday. My birthday is November 30th. This happened on November 30th. And my boyfriend's phone was in the car. My phone was on maybe like 10%, maybe even less than 10%. Like my phone was about to die. And we had everything in the rental. And we had plans. Like we was gonna go out to dinner and then find us a little club to go to, and we were carless, so we weren't gonna go anywhere. So I was confused. I was just like, wow, like, do you know the name of the company that towed it? And he was just like, no, he didn't see anything on the truck. So we were looking around, couldn't find any signs at all. We couldn't find any signs saying you couldn't park right there or no tow-away zone, like nothing. And so it just so happens a car that was maybe like, if our car was parked right here in the middle, it was a car that was parked on like this side. So as soon as that car backed out and left, we saw on the wall close to the ground that there was a freaking sign saying that pretty much they tow. My boyfriend called the number from my cell phone, and so he was asking them, you know, did they have our Kia Soul? And they was just like, yeah. And so he on the phone trying to explain like how y'all towing the car. We was only gone like 10 minutes. Like, why would y'all take the freaking car? And there's no signs or nothing saying you can't park right there. So the dude on the phone was like really rude. He had an attitude. He was just like, you want the address or not? You want the address or not? So I'm telling him like, chill, like just get the address. We'll deal with that when we get down to the tow place. So we get the address. And so now we looking at each other like, we got the address, and now what do we do with this address? Like, I can't get an Uber because my wallet was in the car, so I ain't had no way to pay for it. Same thing with him. His wallet was in the car. He ain't had no way to pay for it. So I'm like, I don't know anybody. I mean, I knew people in LA, but you know, I didn't want to call them because I don't know how LA worked. Like, they could have been in freaking, I don't know, some other part, and we could have been like 40, 50 minutes away from where they stayed. And I wasn't trying to, you know, put nobody out like that on my behalf to come get us because our car got towed. So I'm just like, dang, like, how are we gonna get to the tow place? Mind you, the dude who recorded the whole thing, who said he saw them tow the car, he looked creepy. He looked like a whole serial killer. He was in a truck. He had on a coat with a freaking hood on it, and it was about, I don't know, 70 degrees outside, and this man had on a whole coat with a hood and a ball cap. I'm like, so I'm definitely not finna ask him for a ride, and I don't even know this dude. So I'm sitting there, real deal, trying to figure it out. Like, I text one of my friends, and I sent him my location, and I was asking him, could he come get us? And so he was just like, where you at? Of course, I don't know where I'm at. I'm trying to pinpoint landmarks and miss. I didn't even know what freaking street we were on. So I just ended up sending him our location. And so with me sending him the location, it made my percentage, like my battery percentage, drop down even more. So I went from maybe like 10% to freaking 5% just that quick. So I'm waiting on him to, like, you know, text me back, figure out what he gonna do. And so we end up having to take a ride with the guy. Like I said, I go in depth about that whole thing in my other Storytime video. So we get in the car with the guy who recorded it. He takes us to the tow place. We get to the tow place, and the same fat nigga that answered the phone, he was the same dude that came to the desk to help us. So automatically my boyfriend already come in there on 10. I'm trying to come in there calm. Yes, it's my birthday. Yes, I'm pissed off. But I come to realize you can get a lot further in life if you're nice to people than you are when you're a butthole to people. Even though I should have turned up on this dude because he had a real bad attitude, and I was already mad because it was my birthday, but I said, I'm going to try to be nice first. I would try to be nice first. So, of course, my boyfriend, he coming there on 10, like you had no business towing that car. You had no right towing the car. We wasn't even there long. It wasn't no signs, da-da-da-da-da. I'm saying the same stuff, but I'm talking more calmly than my boyfriend is. And so then the dudes, he's like, you gonna have to calm down. You come down. I'll keep it overnight. I'll keep it overnight. And I was like, no, you're not gonna keep it overnight. I know legally you can't keep it overnight. So no, you're not gonna keep the rental overnight. You're just not gonna keep our rental overnight. But I'm still telling my boyfriend, like, to calm down so we can just get this resolved and be done, because I'm not trying to be in jail in LA, because who gonna bail me out? Nobody. I don't have family in LA. Get to looking at the fees and stuff that's on the wall, so we just like, okay, just give us the car. Like, how much is it? Do you know this man messed around and said that it was $353 to get the car out of his possession? Mind you, he only had the car in his possession maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 at the most, definitely not an hour. I'm just like, so where are you getting these fees from? Where are you getting these fees from? So on the wall, the fees are like outrageous. They're dumb. And I'm doing the math, and even looking at the board that they got on the wall, even the math don't add up to how I owe you $300 and some when you only had the car about 30 minutes. Because we were only in that store about 10 minutes, really like 7. We immediately hopped in the car with dude and drove down here. We was only like 15 or 20 minutes away from the tow place. So I'm just like, bro, you only had the car about 30 minutes. So then some other people come in, like some two white boys, they come in, they going off too, talking about how their car just got towed. He hit them with the same fee, and they're just like, that's bull, bro. Like, that's bull. Like, how you gonna charge me $300 and some, you know, for parking wherever they parked at? So we sitting there scratching our head because, yeah, we brought money to spend, but we didn't bring an extra $353 to spend on a car getting towed that obviously is non-refundable. You can't get it back. Now, in my head, something was telling me to call the police, but then I was just like, but okay, call the police and then what? Like, call the police and then what? Long story short, we had to scrape up pennies, nickels, and dimes to pay him to release the car to us. So me, I don't like to let stuff go, and I definitely hate letting people get over on me. So my whole birthday night, as you can imagine, was ruined. I didn't want to do nothing but go back to the hotel. So that's what we did. We went back to the hotel. So on my birthday, by 10 o'clock, I was in the room just pissed, just hoping that tomorrow would be a better day. But then we're also out of $353, so that means we have to cut some of our planned activities short because we ain't got the money to do it no more. We done gave you almost $400. That happened on the 30th, and so we went home December 2nd. So 2 days later, we back home, and I still haven't gotten over it. Like, that's a big hit to your pockets. $400, that's a big hit to your pockets. So I just couldn't let it go. And so my mom was like, you need to like do a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. So I was just like, I need to do something, like, because that, I just know that wasn't fair. Like, legally, I knew that that was not right and that it wasn't fair. So I was researching everything about tow laws in LA and just in general, period, when they have the right to tow, when they don't, especially when there wasn't proper signage out there. So I was not going to let that go. So I found something with the Better Business Bureau, pretty much telling them that they had no business towing their car, and that I knew what rights I had, and I also knew what laws LA had, and that they couldn't do that. So, y'all, I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau or whatever. Do you know they got in contact with the tow people? I can't remember. I do remember. It was called Metro Towing. It was Metro Towing in Los Angeles, and it was like on Workman Street or something like that. So, yes, Metro Towing. It was y'all. Y'all towed the car. So, do you know the Better Business Bureau got in touch with Metro, and Metro tried to act like they had no proof or recollection of towing our car? I said, oh, y'all don't have to have it. I said, because I got my receipt. I got my receipt, and it got y'all address on it. So, y'all definitely towed my car. So, Metro Towing went from saying that they never towed the car at all, because when you file with the Better Business Bureau, like, it lets you see the dialogue that they had with that company, and then the company also responds to you. So they responded saying, we don't have no records of towing a Kia Soul. We don't have no records of taking a payment from you or from him. Like, straight up lying. I'm like, I got both our bank statements. We went half on the towing. He paid half on his car. I paid half on mine, and I got receipts for both. So you can't pull that one. So I politely responded and was like, nope, I got receipts. I'll be more than glad to post them. So they went from saying that they never towed it to then saying that the car had been sitting there over an hour, and they tried to say that they came and picked the car up at 9 something and that I didn't come get it till like 10 something. And I'm just like, no, I got receipts for that too. I got text messages from when I even text my friend asking him could he drive us to the tow place, and guess what? Those messages were from 8. I also had the guy who recorded the whole video, his camera got the time on it. So I'm just like, no, you got to come better than that. I got proof of what time everything went down, from the time I went in there till the time that I came out and realized that the car was gone. So I was just like, nope, you got to come with something better than that. So guess what? They stopped responding to the Better Business Bureau. I'm with letting it go because the Better Business Bureau could not guarantee me my money back or any type of justice other than me just filing a complaint. So, of course, that wasn't good enough. Felt good that I got somewhere, but they made me even mad that they was for real trying to get over. So I'm just like, I ain't letting this go. So I'm doing some more research, and I'm like, okay, I need to figure out who the owner is. So I called up to Metro Towing, not telling them, you know, who I was. I just called, like, on some regular customer stuff. So I called up there, and I'm just like, yeah, who's the owner? Do you know the same dude who was giving us all that beef and all that trouble and all that attitude when we went to get the car? He said, I'm not allowed to give you the owner's information, but I can give you the manager's name. I said, don't worry about it. I said, my attorney will figure out who the owner is. And I hung up the phone. And when I say they had me hot, that's how you know they be on some scam and stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what you mean you cannot tell me who the owner is? You can only tell me the manager. I don't know about y'all, but that don't sound right to me, that you can't tell me who the owner is. But that's what Google is for. I messed around, and I don't even know what the company called. It's somewhere in LA I called where they have records of everything, and they were able to tell me who the owner was. So then I'm figuring out how to get in touch with the owner, because they couldn't give me like the owner's number and stuff, only their name. So I found out who the owner was and all that. So then I found out that I can report it to the LAPD. So I reported it to the LAPD. So I had a detective get in touch with me, and so he pretty much said that Metro Touring was giving him the runaround too, acting like they ain't know they towed the car, saying that they had no record showing that they even told it in the first place. Pretty much singing the same song that they tried to sing to the Better Business Bureau, but I always come with receipts. I emailed him everything. I emailed him bank statements. I emailed him screenshots of my text messages with the times showing when it was that they actually towed the car, and then I also gave him the guy's information who recorded the whole thing. Investigation went on, I say, about a week, with me keeping in contact with the detective and, you know, sending him whatever he needed me to send to get this underway. And so he told me, you know, he would investigate it, but he couldn't make them give me my money back. So he could try, but he couldn't guarantee it. And lo and behold, he called me one day with some good news. He told me they was running me my money back. Because guess what? If that detective did his investigation and they still weren't giving me my money back, you best believe I was going to find a lawyer and somebody was going to give me my money back. But I was not going to let that go. Almost $400. And after doing all the research, I realized they had no right to tow that car. I was not finna let that go. Like, y'all were not finna rob me of $353, especially not on my birthday. So luckily, he called and told me that they was gonna give me my money back. So I end up calling back up there, speaking with the manager. He ain't apologizing, nothing like that. He was just scared because I was threatening to sue their butts and had them on the news and anywhere else. I could have wrote a review, posted them, or deemed them a horrible scamming company. So he was just afraid of all that legal stuff. So that's why we ended up getting our money back. But I ain't complaining. I don't care what he thought or felt, long as I got my money back. So we got our money back, and that's all that matters. So I say all this to say, do not let people scam you. Do not let people get over on you. If you're in LA, do not let Metro Touring scam you, because obviously that's something they do all the time. They just randomly scam people, especially tourists. Like, they knew there was a rental. They knew they was going to get some money out of me. So I think that's just an ongoing scam they got down there. Not just Metro Touring. I'm sure a lot of touring companies do that. But that was a story about the whole tow situation. So yes, we did end up getting our money back. Shout out to LAPD. I don't know what they good for down there, but I can say they good for getting you your money back if your car get towed illegally. I don't know why it was so hard for me to spit that out, for me to just say they help you get your money back if your car gets towed. I don't know why that was so hard to spit out, but I'm super appreciative of that Detective P. I'm just calling Detective P because I don't know if he want his names out there. So I'm going to say shout out to you, Detective P. But you guys, that wraps up my story time about when I got my car towed in LA and I got my money back. So thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like always, y'all can suggest videos because I don't mind doing a video about whatever. As you can see, I could talk for days, so just holler at me and let me know. But that wraps up this video. I'll catch you guys in my next one.